Hey guys, what's up? My name is Anthony and welcome to another edition of BNA Sports Talk. Now today I want to talk about the Washington Redskins because I think they've been making some noteworthy moves over the past couple of days. And after I recorded this video, I realized that there was new news about the Washington Redskins, about Greg Olsen, about one of their wide receivers, and potentially about Jordan Reed. I'm going to put those on the screen throughout the rest of the video because I don't feel like talking a lot about them and I want to get this video edited, so enjoy the rest of the video. So I recorded a video a couple days ago and that's already obsolete. I was going to upload it today. Then I found out that Josh Norman is being cut by the Washington Redskins. Now here are my couple of my takeaways. So first of all, Josh Norman shouldn't have been jumping over bulls and he should have been focusing more towards playing football. No, but on the real, he was dropping his talent. He over years and years, just like, yeah, you knew. You didn't need PFF to tell you. He had a 45 PFF grade, but you didn't need PFF to tell you that he wasn't playing well. You know, you didn't really have a lot of bright spots in the secondary. Now they have $12.5 million extra they can spend elsewhere. Ryan Rivera is cutthroat. He's like, you know what? We played together in Carolina. I coached you, whatever, and I don't really care. And it sends a message to the entire locker room as well. We're gonna make smart decisions. We're gonna be a family. But he's like, yeah, I'm setting my foot down here. I'm not too sure if Josh Norman is well respected in the locker room, but I can tell you he wasn't hated in the locker room. He wasn't a cancer, you know, that sort of thing. And yeah, so Ron Rivera has also made some other interesting moves or had interesting conversations with Trent Williams. It just came out that, you know, Trent Williams is thinking about staying. You know, he was dead set on leaving. The management fired Bruce Allen. And we'll see whether that really makes an impact with this team, whether it was coaching, whether Jay Gruden was actually a bad coach, or whether it has to do with ownership on the top. How good is Ron Rivera of a coach? He's ranked 6th, I think, in ATS margin. So Ron Rivera has been a good coach. He's had years where he's 6-10, but he's overperformed what Vegas said he would. And yeah, with Trent Williams, you're not going to have to worry now about getting a left tackle and overpaying one in free agency. You could have gotten a first-round pick from a desperate team, but Trent Williams now is healthy. Obviously, he got another year older, but he didn't play. And we saw some players like Jason Wynn who were fairly productive after missing a year when they were older, and he's only 30 years old. He's not like he's that old. Now with Donald Penn coming out, you're going to need Trent Williams to protect Dwayne Haskins. I'm not talking about Dwayne Haskins as far as scheme and stuff in this video, but it definitely will be important to have a left tackle to protect him. Dwayne Haskins was running around a little bit last year, and it seemed like when the offensive line protected him, when he can learn, it facilitated his development. And that's with every single quarterback. I think with Dwayne Haskins, you want to bring in an extra quarterback to challenge him a little bit. Are they going to just be like, okay, Dwayne Haskins is a starting role, and then we're going to bring in a no-name guy behind him, kind of like a Kyle Allen or something? Or are we going to bring in a guy to legitimately challenge him for the spot? A guy like Andy Dalton to be like, you know what? Let's see who's a better quarterback here. Case Keenum is a free agent this year. I believe so. And then Alex Smith is still on contract. And yeah, so now on the offensive line, you have a left tackle, Trent Williams, potentially. I think it's 50-50 trending upwards. Then you also have Eric Flowers at guard. And you also have, a free agent, Brandon Sheriff, who I think they should re-sign with the Josh Norman money, plus a little bit more, maybe $15 million. He doesn't have the best form from what I've seen on tape, but he's physical like anything. He's like Quentin Nelson. He's going to rock you over. I think that's really important for the Redskins to have guys who fight. I think that's a Ron Rivera guy. He's like, yeah, let's sign this guy. And plus, they used a 5th overall pick on him. So, you know, let's bring him in. Let's not let him walk. Good teams don't let good guards walk. And I think Ron Rivera is going to scout him and evaluate his talent and be like, yeah, let's re-sign this guy. And I'm not too sure what their right tackle situation is, but again, you can probably fill that position in free agency. They probably have some offensive line depth. You know, go for some later rounds. I would go for a second round right tackle or something like that. But in the first round, obviously, they're selecting Chase Young. That's the obvious pick. That's why Ron Rivera took the job. That's why he was so excited. You know, with the Giants, we were like, oh, why did Ron Rivera, he didn't even give us an interview? He was like, yeah, I'm joining the Redskins. I'm joining the Giants rival. Screw Dave Gettleman. It kind of felt like that. A bunch of Giants fans were a little bit concerned. And yeah, so he wanted Chase Young. And now you have Chase Young, Montez Sweat. Ryan Kerrigan is trading down. I'd try to sell him right now while he's high. He has a couple years left on his deal, but I try to trade him for a 3rd-round pick or so, get some more depth, get another wide receiver to help Dwayne Haskins out. I think that could be a good thing. They've also brought in good coaches. You have Jack Del Rio, who he did a pretty good job with the Oakland Raiders. He brought them to the playoffs. I don't think any Joe Schmo could have taken the Oakland Raiders to the playoffs. They haven't gone to the playoffs since then. with Derek Carr. And also he had Connor Cook in the playoffs, so I don't blame him losing that game. You also have on the offensive coordinator Scott Turner, son of Norv Turner, who's coached with the Los Angeles Chargers, had amazing offenses with Danian Tomlinson, Antonio Gates. So he's learned under his dad. He's 37 years old, and it's his time now. Let's see if he's a great offensive coordinator. So Ron Rivera is well-versed. He knows what guys are going to be good and bad. He has connections all around this league. And I think an important thing is he's well-respected. And players will join him. James Bradbury, bring him in. Bring him in and replace Josh Norman. Now you can have a pretty good secondary here. He was one of the bright spots for the Carolina Panthers for the past couple years. And the Carolina may look to be flushing house. Like, we're not going to re-sign this guy. We're not going to overpay. Let's just reset and restart with our own guys, especially now they have a new head coach, new ownership, things like that. Dwayne Haskins, now he needs to stay consistent. He needs to have a consistent coaching staff behind him. And I think things are looking on the up and up for him. You have some wide receivers that showed some promise last year. Obviously, the one is Terry McLaurin. But also had some other guys, other young wide receivers. I think you need to get Dwayne Haskins a tight end. Because Jordan Reed, I think he's just done. I think he's done because of concussion protocol and just getting concussions over and over again. He's gone. But he was a rock for their team for years. After years and years, Greg Olson's old. Actually, he's not that old. He's like 34-ish. He played with the Bears earlier in his career. Then he joined the Carolina Panthers. But he's not gonna want to get dirty and get muddy every single play. But he's going to want to try to win, and he may look to Ron Rivera and be like, hey, it's my friend, let's do something together. Ron Rivera has already signed a former Carolina Panthers special teams guy, so he is open to bringing in guys from Carolina. We also saw it with the Giants a couple years ago. If you remember, Giants fans, David Mayo is from Carolina. So, old coaches and old GMs, they've seen the guys play. They trust them. There's a trust factor, like, I know this guy is not going to mess anything up. And there's also the familiarity thing. I'm not going to want to bring in a guy I'm not sure whether he's going to fit. Like, it's a bunch of questions. Like, hiring a new guy. Would you hire, your friend's friend who's like, yeah, this guy's a good candidate, or you hire somebody random? With football, you want the best talent, but if you've seen the guy in person, it also helps. Be like, yeah, this guy is physical, he's strong. I know how to use him. So, yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Let me know what you guys think. Can the Washington Redskins challenge in this division? I mean, they have a 1 in 3 chance because the Eagles can't win it again because the rules of the NFC East, thou shall not repeat division championships, the 10 commandments of the NFL or something like that. I just thought of that now. It's kind of weird. But they have this similar schedule to the AFC East, or the NFC East, the rest of the NFC East. They play the AFC North. I'm messing up here. And then they also play the AFC West. Well, they're two of the more challenging divisions. But if you can go 3-3 in division and then rattle off a couple wins like that, they also play a 4th place schedule. It's going to be a little bit easier. I think Ron Rivera can take control of this team. And I think it's going to be very interesting. Let me know what you guys think. What is the over-under wins with the Redskins right now? I have them probably around 7 wins because I think Dwayne Haskins still needs to do a little bit of developing. They don't have that much experienced, offensive talent. I just saw a snake, so I'm going the other way. That was kind of scary. But, yeah, so, Jordan Reed, you need to move off him and get Greg Olson. I think that's going to be a valuable move. And, yeah, hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.